Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing today? We're getting a little bit squirrely here. It's so hard to be out of routines for an indefinite amount of time. It's hard to be limited in where we can go and what we can do. It's easy to get overwhelmed with all this news of COVID-19 all the time. It's important to remember that we shouldn't always engage with the ongoing relentlessness of the news feed, sharing all the rising numbers about the sick and the dying. It's important for us to take time every day to reconnect to ourselves and to our Creator. Which leads me to this what this is. This is another opportunity where we can take a moment to reflect and connect. What follows will be a short reflection about some of the places that I am witnessing God getting into the world. I'm seeing people stepping up and sharing and caring for each other during this time of crisis. In short, God getting into the world. But first, I want to start with a reading from Matthew 25. Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat, and I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothing and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, Truly I tell you, whatever you did for the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Whatever you did for someone else, you did for God. And God gets in. God gets into the world when we reach out and we share and we care for each other. God gets into the world when we look out into our world and see what we can do to love our neighbor. Have you heard of the caremongering? A woman in Toronto wanted to reach out and help her neighbors during this time of social distancing, so she created a Facebook group offering up her services to go out and grocery shop for someone or run an errand or do something for something else. This idea has caught on, and caremongering Facebook sites are popping up all over the place. There is a Grey Bruce caremongering site, and there is a Saugeen Shores caremongering site. One of the really wonderful stories that comes out from the Saugeen Shores caremongering site is about the little coffee shop in downtown Port Elgin called Rabbit Dash, and they are taking urns of coffee out to people in that are on the front lines, to the grocery stores, to the hospitals, to the care centers, and reaching out and offering coffee. And another thing I wanted to share with you today is about a letter that I got this morning from Joan Silcock Smith. She's the spiritual care department manager at the Grey Bruce Health Services. And I'm going to read for you a portion of her letter so that you too can participate in this caring of the world. So she writes, Our healthcare providers and first responders are working above and beyond the call of duty these days. One way we can show them that we care is to participate in the White Ribbon campaign. If everyone went out and tied a white ribbon to a tree or a bush, our healthcare providers and first responders would know that we are caring for them, we are cheering them on, we are keeping them in our prayers every day as they go to and from work. So she's asking us to get our faith communities, our neighbors, and everyone to do the same. Wouldn't it be wonderful, she writes, to really let them know that their neighbors care for them? And then she says, if you don't have white ribbon, and most of us probably don't, and we're not supposed to go out and buy any, you can use whatever you have. You can take apart an old pillowcase and make a strip of cloth from that. You can take a piece of white cloth. You can tie something white to the tree. And don't forget to keep these first responders in your prayers. Simple things like ribbons and coffee make a big difference. Simple ways that God gets into the world by us loving our neighbor. I hope you see many glimpses of God all around you today. God bless.